Welcome back, everybody. My name's APredator54, aka Adam, coach in the Chesney Park Slowpokes. Today we bring you the draft analysis for SPDA Little Cup. This is definitely going to be an interesting format. There's quite a few stacked teams, so this is going to be a lot of fun. I was picked 2 overall. We get 9 to 11 Mons for 90 points. We get 15 points for Terra, and they have to be 7 points or below, and they are Terra taxed. And we can have 1 to 3 captains, I believe. But without further ado, there were a few things I noticed on the board that I'm like, why aren't these banned? So, I saw Yanma there, who's just a demon. It's like a fully, well, it hits hard even without evolving. And it's already bulky on its own. The only problem is it's weak times 4 weak to rocks. And then I saw Murkrow. Well, I believe those two forgot to ban those. So, at pick 2 overall, I decided let's be cheeky and take Murkrow. We have a Prankstermon, we have a Super Luckmon. Well worth the 15 points. This thing can set Tailwind for me, Sunny Day, Rain Dance. Can Prankster Taunt to prevent you from doing hazards. I think it lost. I can't remember if it has Defog or not, but that's fine. It's got Heat Wave, Dark Pulse, Air Slash. You get extra chances to crit, extra chances to flinch. Well, crit flinch, yeah. We'll take it. Then, Heat Wave's pretty good on this. Sucker Punch on this thing. Nasty Plot with Eviolite is just disgusting. That and it's 95 speed, which is just ridiculously fast. If for those of you who don't know, currently the fastest mon in the format is Voltorb at base 100. This thing speed ties Voltorb and a Hisuian Voltorb, which is definitely interesting. It also speed ties the Diglets. So we're gonna have quite a bit of fun with this. This thing hits hard in both offenses, kind of bulky, and decent HP. Slap an Eviolite on this and we're cooking. But mainly I'm going to be running Scope Lens so I can Super Luck crit you 75 to 100% of the time depending on the move. If it's a high crit ratio, it's guaranteed. So, we'll see how that goes. Next, it came back to us, and I am very surprised this came back. After Ian absolutely body bagged me twice with this thing in UPA, I got round 2 Timber. A mon that usually goes top 5 fell to me at pick number 2, which is just ridiculous. I believe there's 12 of us, but the fact Timber made it back to me is just absolutely hilarious. This thing's 14 points. This gets Defog, this gets Mach Punch, this gets Upper Hand as well, I believe. I'd have to double check that one to be sure. But this thing is just ridiculous. Can't wait to see what this thing's going to do in my hands. Let me double check that real quick. It does not get Upper Hand. It got Mach Punch though. For some reason it's not popping up on my thing. Huh. For some reason Paldea Dex doesn't recognize some of the priority, which is definitely interesting. But the fact that this thing gets Guts, this gets Iron Fist, this gets Sheer Force, you can like Rock Slide, you can Ice Punch for additional damage, slap a Life Orb on this, is just absolutely bonkers. And it does what it needs to do. It's the slowest thing that is going to be on my team besides my very last mon. I'll do a little foreshadowing there. You guys will see what it is shortly. But, oh, I was wrong. Murkrow is 91 speed. It's actually slower than Voltorb. by 1 point. It speed ties the Diglets though, which is definitely interesting. But all in all, Timber's here to put in work. I'm going to name it after Ian and just see what we can do. Next, it came back to us. Those two, the wheel picked, and then it came right back. I ended up taking Chinchou, one of the best electrics and water types in the entire format, especially for its speed. This thing is base 67, which speed ties both the Vulpixes, Pikipek, a few other decently good mons, all speed tie. Anything 65 to 74, tie this. I'll take it. That's definitely going to be interesting. Water Absorb and Volt Absorb, unless I can choose between the two, and I believe it gets Hydrate. No, it gets Illuminate, which is a useless ability. But the fact that this thing has 56 special attack and 56 def, as well as 75 HP, makes this thing a bulky pain in the ass. I'll take it. This is going to be my reliable Volt Switch Passion, spam Hydro Pump. Being able to get boosted by Murkrow with Rain Dance. Being able to switch in on electric types to get a free Voltazorb is amazing. Then this thing gets access to Scald and Ice Beam and Dazzling Gleam as well. So it can hit dragons. And it can hit flying types. It can hit grass types pretty damn well. All in all, very good mon. Well worth the surprisingly only 10 points. Next, we decided to take our first Terra Captain. We ended up, we were between doing 10-point Solosis, which was like a huge 4-point upcharge, and our next mon. We took Salandit, because I loved using this thing. Granted, it is ×4 weak to ground. You can remove that with Terra. It's open Terra preview, so this thing can absolutely cook. But what makes this thing so good, it's got 71 special attack and 77 speed. So this thing is faster than Chinchou and just hits like a damn truck with Life Orb. That, and it gets access to Knockoff, it gets access to Fake Out, it gets Will-O-Wisp, it gets Thunder Wave, and it gets T-Spikes to cripple my opponent. All in all, very solid mon. Well worth the 9 points. It was 2 points additional to Terra this mon. I'll take it. A 9-point just fast glass cannon that just does damage. Granted, you need to have certain things to block this fire and poison stab. So you need a good like ground type. Well, now I'm Terra Water. Where's your ground type now? But anyways, that is our Salandit. We are going to hop on into the next mon. And we originally were going to take Geodude as a Terra Captain, but we ended up seeing we had a Steel and Ground type still on the board, and decided to take Diglett Alola. Granted, this thing is 90 base speed and frail as dog shit. But it's got 55 attack and 35 special attack, and can randomly have Sludge Bomb, which is weird. I think Diglett learns that too. But this gives me access to Sucker Punch and Rocks, which is incredibly good. Tangled Hair to slow down my opponent's Scarfer is absolutely massive. That, and this even gets access to Sand Force if I ever get Sand Up, or am I in a Sand matchup. You Scarf this, now you're not outpacing Drillbur, but you're getting damn near close. But all in all, still a very good mon. Hits fast, hard. We'll take it. Nothing to scuff at. Then the Steel typing is very good to have in this format, because Now I resist fairy, I resist rock, I resist flying. I'm immune to electric. Very, very good typing. This is just mini Excadrill. I'm just gonna call it that. It's not gonna hit as hard, but oh well. Next, we ended up taking Minchino again for 10 points. Oh, Dig a Little Low is 9 points. This is 10. This gives me a removal and tidy up that can't be blocked by anything unless you click taunt. This is incredibly good. Being able to spam Bullet Seed, Tail Slap, Triple Axle into teams is just gross. Slap a wide lens on this for Technician. Now you're doing additional damage without missing. Problem is Tail Slap's like 85. You need to land those. I can't remember if it gets Rock Blast like its evolved form, but I'll have to double check that. Even though I just got done using one of these, I can't remember. But this thing being 75 speed and nice 50 attack with Technician boost, can even run special on it and have Technician boosted like Grass Knight. I believe it gets Chilling Water, Echoed Voice with a Throat Spray. Can be something that can happen. It's going to be interesting because I believe Technician still constantly boosts Echoed Voice because it's the initial base 40. So it's going to slightly double damage each time, which is going to be interesting. But that is our Minccino. Next, we took Axew in round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Round 7. Axew is definitely interesting. Getting a first impression mon this late with access to Mold Breaker Dragon Dance to avoid unaware mons. This shits on Levitate mons. This shits on Unaware. What else? Shit, I can't remember. But anyways, this thing at level 5, like its base stats on here, it's saying it's like 87 attack and 57 speed. After a DD, this is just nuking. But this also gets access to Scale Shot, which can just punish my opponent trying to swap in on the DD with a mirror. All in all, this thing hits incredibly hard, and it's faster than people think it is. I'll take it. That is our Axew. That was well worth the 9 points. And then we picked up our second Terra Captain in Skidoo. If you know what they say, if blue Skidoo, we can too. So this thing being Open Terra Preview with Sap Sipper allowing me to go Terra Ground or Terra Water and have an immunity and get an attack boost is just chef's kiss. Then having access to Trailblaze, Bulk Up, Earthquake, Play Rough, just being a little damaged nuke, and having access to not only Giga Drain, Horn Leech, and Milk Drink. This thing will just refuse to die. And we'll take it. We'll absolutely take it. Well worth the 6 points for this thing to be a Terra Captain. I don't remember. I think it was no cost at all. It was either 5 with 6 in Terra or 6 in general. But all in all, very, very good. That was our 8th mon. Coming into our final round, we actually were debating on splitting this between 2 mons and getting like Shuppet and another mon. But then we saw that we could get both forms of Gimmighoul for 8 points. Roaming has base 80 speed. The chest has 10. But the weird thing is, when it's in the chest form, its special attack and SPDA are both 75. And I believe its defense goes up too. So it just is a bulky little sucker and just tanks. Well, the fast form just spams I think it's Power Jam, Shadow Ball, and Terror Blast with the Life Orb in the teams. And just cooks. Having 75 special attack, which is damn near almost strong as Murkrow, is nothing to scuff at, and there are limited switch-ins to ghost type moves. So Shadow Ball is pretty spammable. That, and if they do switch in, they take a chunk, and I'm able to swap out safely into one of the other guys, which I'll take. All in all, that is the team. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and you guys have a good day. Catch you guys later. Peace.